Hello everyone, and welcome to Crime Alley Comics. I'm Roger, and tonight I wanted to go through a few more of my 900 plus comic haul. So I did manage to go through a few more of my DC comics, so I wanted to show you those, and then I've got several of the IDW the Independents, IDW, Boom Comics, Eclipse, Vertigo, you name it. There's just a ton of them. So anyway, I want to start off with the DC books. I did get a few more of those rebagged and boarded. There's probably another, I don't know, 30 or so to go. But anyway, I'll go through this kind of quick and just, show you what I've got to show you tonight. This first one up is Night Force number 13. Cool looking comic. These are, like from the mid 80s. Night Force number 11. And these aren't in any particular order. They're just however I happened to stack them when I got them done. The New 52 Black Hawk number 4. Black Hawk number 8. This one's, I think those are from, I want to say volume 3. This one was from volume 2, if I remember correctly. This one's Black Hawk number 7. All-Star Section 8. Interesting cover with Martian Manhunter on the front there. This next one is from Infinity Crisis, Rand's Thanagar War. Rand Thanagar War. Don't really know anything about this comic book. Ivan Reis. Looks like Ivan Reis did the cover on it. This was number 6 of 6, by the way. Then we've got Vigilante number 2. That's I think his name's Mike Pollard, I believe is his name. That's who done the cover on that one. This one here is Vigilante number 6. Very cool blue background. Teen Titans Spotlight on Starfire number 2. This one's another one from Infinite Crisis Aftermath. The Battle for Bloodhaven. That's number 1. Number 1 of 6. And no, I haven't had a chance to read any of this stuff. And then here's another one, Infinite Crisis Aftermath. The Battle for Bloodhaven number 2. Okay, so that's the DC books that I've got. Set those over here. Now the next group, I need to grab them real quick. They're on the other side of the table. The next group is going to be I'll just grab both of them because there's a bunch of them. Set those back there. There were several adventure comics. Now, I don't have these in any particular order, but these adventure comics are really neat. They're painted covers, and I don't recognize the artists on most of these. Burlesque is the name on this one. This is Adventures number 6. Very cool dragon cover there. This one's Adventures number 5. This one is book 2, number 5. So if you notice too on these, the books are smaller than your normal comic books because these are regular bags and boards for current comics, and there's quite a bit of gap on both sides. Almost looks like putting a current comic book in a Silver Age bag, but these are current bags. This is Adventures number 7. This is Adventures book 2, number 0. And this one is number 4. Kind of a creepy cover. This is number 3. This one is number 2. You can barely make it out because it's in black letters on top of well, I don't even know what you'd call it, but anyway. You can see it right there. I don't know if you can tell, it says number 2. It actually shows up better on the camera than it does just looking at it. Kinda. I don't know. Anyway, there's number 2. Like I said, there was several of these, and I don't think I have all of them out here yet, but this is number 8. I've always liked the art covers, or the painted covers. It's very reminiscent of what Golden Key did back when they done the Star Trek. What else? Boris Karloff, the Boris Karloff comics. Some of the others with the painted covers. They remind me a lot of those. This is number 10. Number 10. This next one is book 3, number 2. Okay. This next one is book 3, number 1. Was trying to find an artist's signature on these, but not all of them have it. This is number 9. And I know absolutely nothing about this. This one also has burlesque on it. So I don't know anything about these comics. I've never really read them before or seen them before. I think I have seen them before, but I've never purchased any. This one here is book 2, and it says regular number 1. So I don't know if that means this is like the A cover when it says regular number 1. So maybe there was multiple covers. I don't know. If you happen to know what that stands for, please let me know. This is an Eclipse comic. The New Wave. First issue. Weeks and Templeton cover. Fight Club number 2. This is from Dark Horse. And then this next one, I was kind of glad to get. This is from Continuity Comics, which is Neil Adams' comic franchise, or whatever you want to call it. This is called Echo of Future Past. And this is number... I don't see a number. Oh, number 5. Okay, that's that pile. Let me grab the other one. No. Okay, this next cover, I really don't like this cover. It's kind of creepy to me, but it's called Too Much Coffee Man, and it's by Boom Comics. This is number 2 from 2012. I'm sorry, but that's just a creepy cover to me. I don't know, you know. Probably something like what most people think of clowns or something, but that's just a creepy cover. I don't know. Okay, Megaton Man number 5. And that is by Kitchen Sink Comics. Never heard of them. But anyway, this one here is Power Factor number 1 from Wonder Collar Comics. As I had said before, there is a variety of things in here, that a lot of things I've never really seen before. If I have, I certainly don't remember it. This one is Black Orchid, and this was from DC Vertigo. And I know Vertigo is supposed to be an offshoot of DC, but I have noticed a few books, and this has got a weird all this coloring in here and over here. It's got this sheen to it. It's kind of a strange looking cover, but it's pretty cool. But anyway, but I know some of the Vertigo. Now I thought Vertigo was strictly DC, but evidently not, because some of them I have says Vertigo DC or DC Vertigo, and other ones have different things on them. It still says Vertigo, but so I don't know. I thought Vertigo was like a branch off of DC, and maybe it is. Maybe that's all it is. But these other books don't have DC on them. So anyway, this is Velvet number 1 from Image Comics. The Terminator 2029 number 2 from Dark Horse. I've never heard of this one either. This is by Image Comics. The 10th Evil's Child, or The 10th Evil's Child. Number 4 of 4. And I haven't had a chance to put any of these that I'm showing you tonight into my spreadsheet, so I haven't really checked to see who the artists are on most of them. Some of them have it on them, so but I haven't had a chance to really check them out. This is Sam Slade Robo Hunter, and it's by Quality Comics. This is number 1. I believe this book is from '86, maybe. Thought it was kind of interesting how they have those little circles at the bottom, kind of like the old Tales from the Crypt books used to be up along the side, you know, and had the different pictures of the Crypt Keeper and different things. But they have these all along the bottom. Let's see. Nope, no idea who the artist is on that one. Here's another Image Comics, War Heroes #2. This, I was really surprised. This book is in super nice shape. It don't have any spine ticks or anything. Just a really nice book. A lot of the books that I got, you know, they don't have massive spine ticks, but they'll have a few, and most of them aren't even color breaking, but it'll have, they do have little spine ticks here and there. But some of these are just almost perfect. Here's another one from IDW. This is Fantasy #6. Kind of a odd cover. I don't know what this story's about. But like I said, I don't read much and really haven't collected a lot of IDWs. And, you know, I do collect some Dynamite and a few IDWs. Like, to be quite honest with you, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to independent comics for the most part. But when they started doing crossovers, like Batman and Ninja Turtles or Batman 66 and Archie, you know, stuff like that, where they branched over into IDW and different companies. And then, of course, Art Germ doing the Vampirella covers, you know, so I've been purchasing some Dynamite. So I knew about Dynamite before. I didn't know a lot about IDW, you know, a few years ago. But then when I started getting the Batman Ninja Turtles or the Batman and Archie books and stuff like that, that's when I really kind of started noticing them a little more. But a lot of these other ones, Eclipse Comics, I don't think I had any Eclipse Comics. Boom Comics I had a few of, and some of these other ones I never even heard of them before. So, and I'm sure they've been around for quite a while, because some of these comics are, you know, from the 80s, and but they're not companies I really recognize. So this one here is Underworld: Rise of the Lycans. This is issue #2. Pretty cool cover. Got this werewolf looking guy on the front of it there. Pretty sweet. If you're noticing a blue light or a couple of blue lights there, that's from my camera. This one is Peter Milligan's Greek Street. This is a Vertigo comic, and it's issue #1, but you'll notice it just says Vertigo. It doesn't say DC Vertigo. But that almost looks like the Batman Who Laughs in a way, with the teeth shining like that, and you can't see the eyes. And when I first saw that, I thought of Batman Who Laughs, because she's got blood coming out of her mouth. And this is evidently a Grant Morrison story, so, you know, maybe it's pretty decent. I don't know. This one here is also Vertigo. Now, see, this one says Vertigo, and then underneath it says DC Comics. So, but this is Sci-Spy #1. And like I've said in the past, you know, I'm a big DC guy, but I was never really into the DC Vertigo line. So, you know, but I just really never paid that much attention to it. This is Sci-Spy #2. #3. This is a 6-issue series, and I think I've got 4 or 5 of them. And I guess I've got 3 of them. I thought I had at least one more, but evidently not. Now, this one here is also Vertigo Comics. Terminal City #1. By Dean Motter and Michael Lark. So, you know, a lot of those names are not familiar to me. I thought this was a neat looking comics. This is from Eclipse Comics. It's the first issue of 1 Mile Up. And it's a painted cover too. It's pretty neat looking cover. So this lot had a lot of very interesting books. This one here, I had a hard time finding anything on it. Now, by the way, this is not part of this 900 plus comics. These I picked up at the antique store. This one here is the Superior 7, if I could talk, and I think it was number 5. It doesn't actually have it on the cover, but I looked it up, and I had an awful time trying to find this. I looked for probably 20-25 minutes before I finally found it. But this, I don't recognize the artist. His last name's Knuckles. But anyway, the writer and the artist both signed this book. I got this book for $1 at the antique store. And you can see down here at the bottom, well, if I can get it over here where you can see it. There's one signature, and there's the other one. And this book is from 1993. And it's a wraparound cover also. But I thought that was pretty neat. It's always nice to get at least one, and I got 2 signatures on this book for $1. So I was pretty happy about that. This is another continuity comics. This is Deathmatch 2000 Miss Mystic, number 17. This one was still in the bag. A lot of these comics come in a bag, and it has a card with it. But the bag was, it wasn't ripped open necessarily, but it was just in bad shape and it was dirty. So I took it out of the bag and put it in the bag and board. I didn't want to put it in the bag and board with that nasty plastic wrapper on it that it had. Picked up another John Byrne Next Men. And this is Faith Part 1 of 4. This is by Dark Horse Comics. And Next Men Faith Part 4 of 4. These are in really nice shape. Terraformers, Shapers of Worlds. This is another Wonder Color Comics. Or it's by Wonder Color Comics. And this is issue number 2. This is a book I've actually heard a lot about, but I've never really read it or paid a whole lot of attention to it. But it's well, I've heard a lot about Hack Slash. This is Hack Slash Eva. Monsters Ball Part 3 of 4. And evidently, this is a crossover because it's got Image and Dynamite both at the bottom of the cover here. That's interesting. I didn't know. I don't know anything about these characters, so I don't know if one belongs to Image and one to Dynamite, you know, like they did with the Batman Ninja Turtles. So that's a possibility. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Worf Special number 0. And this is by Malibu Comics. Now, I did know a little bit about Malibu Comics. And that was basically because they did Star Trek books. This next one is from Impact Comics. The Comet, number 1. Cool looking cover. I noticed down there at the bottom it's got this little emblem that kind of looks like IDWs. Or is it IDW? Or Image? I forget. It was Image, I think. But anyway, like I said, independent comics, I'm getting a good education by buying this because there's so many comics in here that I basically had no idea even existed in some cases. This one is The American, Lost in America by Dark Horse Comics. This is issue number 1. Like I said, I got a lot of issue number 1s in this lot, which I was real happy with. And this is a Dorman cover. I have heard of him. And then this one is Rocket Ranger, number 1 by Adventure Comics. And this is a neat old school looking cover. So yeah, that shows you a little bit of diversity. And you know what? If I can pull them over here, I'm just going to randomly grab some out of the box, just so you can see what kind of stuff I'm getting. Oh, here's a 2018 Free Comic Book Day Doctor Who. All right. This is an Image Comics codename Strike Force. This is issue number 12. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't bagged and boarded these. I just grabbed this one out of the box. Kind of a cool looking cover. What's next? Oops, I grabbed 2. Kid Cannibal. And this is from Eternity Comics. Issue number 2. This one, Dragon Quest number 1. And I'm not real sure. Well, this is interesting. Oh, okay. I was looking at the back of it. This is actually Dungeoneers, The Dungeoneers by Silver Wolf Comics. This is number 2. Like I said, there's some different stuff in here. This one is called Modern Classics, Freaks Amore. And this is from Dark Horse Comics, number 2 of 3. Freaky looking stuff there. This one is Herbie Wanted by A Plus Comics. Issue number 4. A little bit of everything. Just a little bit of everything. This one here is Justice Machine, featuring the Elementals. Number 2, and it's from ComicHaul. And this is a wraparound cover. This one's not been rebagged and boarded yet, so I can show you the front and back of the wraparound cover. This one's called Critters number 27 by Fantagraphics Books. And I think that, yeah, from 1987. There you go. So that's all the farther I've got. I did pick up some books at the LCS this week. What did I do with them? Hang on a second. All right. Now this one, actually this one I picked up, or didn't pick up. This one ended up being a Marvel comic that I missed in the 900 plus comics. But this is, oh, I guess I'll read it. Ultimate Doom, issue number 1 by Marvel Comics. And I don't know anything else. So that's kind of a cool cover. So yeah, that's another one that was another Marvel comic that I missed. I saw Doom on there, and I guess I was thinking, and I guess when I saw it, I was thinking Boom Comics. So anyway, this one here, I picked this up at the antique store, and it's Disneyland's Christmas. It's a Jack and Jill book. Christmas book from December of 1966 with Santa Claus on the front of it. And I've been wanting to collect more of these Christmas books like this, and I saw that one there and just had to get it. And like I said, I think I might have paid a couple bucks for this one, but most of the stuff I got from the antique store was you know, $1, between $1 and $3. There was a couple of them I think I got that was $3, but anyway, that's that. Now, here's what... oh, no, I'm not done. This one was in with the 900 plus comics as well. From the Halloween Comic Fest, the Deceased number 1. Okay, now for my LCS haul. So I got Dollar Comics Brave and the Bold number 197. I've got some stuff coming from Midtown too, but I just got my order in yesterday. And the only reason I did that's because I forgot to pick them up at my LCS. So I was going to do an order for Midtown, so I just ordered them there. Another Dollar Comics, Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 1. That sure looks like an Alex Ross cover. I don't know if he did that cover or not, but if I was a betting man, I would probably put some money on that. But I'm not, so. Detective Comics number 1018 or 1018, however you prefer to look at it. Oh, I guess I'll show it to you guys, huh, instead of looking at it myself. I've been kind of behind a little bit on the Batman comics. Yes, I admitted that. So I got Batman number 85 this week. Extra size epic final. And that's the Tony Daniels cover, yeah. And this is also a Tony Daniels cover. This is Batman number 86. Okay, and I picked up Elvira number 11, Elvira Mistress of the Dark number 11, since there's two different comic books out for her, because there's Shape of Elvira and then there's Elvira Mistress of the Dark, and I'm collecting all of those. And last but not least, Joker Harley Criminal Sanity. I thought I was picking up book 2 because I have the other cover for book 1. I didn't realize this was the B cover, or no, I think this was the A cover for book 1, because it doesn't say on here number 1. It doesn't have the number on it, at least not that I can see, unless it's under this sticker. But anyway, so I picked this up today, or not today, but when I went to the LCS Wednesday. So now I have both covers for this comic book, and I don't have number 2. So that's another one that I added to the list for Midtown Comics. So that's coming from there. Okay, that's everything. I hope you're enjoying this. This was part 5 of my 900 plus comics haul. And, you know, I know you guys probably aren't interested in seeing every single book, so I'm just trying to pick out stuff to show you the variety of comics that I've got out of this haul. And I'm really pleased with this haul simply because there's so much stuff in there that I know nothing about. So it's given me a chance to learn about that stuff, and I'm really interested in doing it. Some of the books that I got, I haven't shown and will not show because, well, number one, they're not really something that I even want to look at, so I certainly don't want to show it to you guys, because, you know, there's a few comics in there that is for mature audiences. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do with those, but anyway, that's my haul. Oh, there was something else I was going to say, and now I don't remember what it was. Man, I hate that. I absolutely hate that. As soon as I hit stop on the video, I remember what I wanted to say. I was talking about wanting to do some live streaming and maybe do some live auctions. Well, I've been playing with my setup here, and my internet, well, I checked my internet speed the other day, and my upload speed is only like 0.98. And I know if it's less than 3, they tell you not to even bother trying to do a live stream. But I know that I was able to live stream before. It was a little choppy, but I didn't have all my settings taken care of. So I tried doing a live stream the other night, but I done it in private mode because I didn't want anybody to see how messed up it was going to be. So it didn't work out very well, but I still want to play with it some more because I really want to be able to live stream. I know most of the people that I've watched videos on that were checking their, upload speed, they were getting around 11.5, or 9.5, something like that. And I'm getting 0.98. So it's like I've got trashed internet here. And it's at the top. It's at the top. I mean, I've got the top tier of the fastest that we can get from my internet provider, and there is no other internet provider here in Montpelier because they're not big enough to have more than one, for one thing. So we have like one cable company or satellite company and one internet, which is AT&T. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to live stream or not, but I'm going to keep messing with it and see what I can do. And we'll go from there. But I really want to do some live streaming because I'd really like to get with some other people like Daryl, Simply Incredible Podcast, and Boom Boom Comics, and some other people to do a live stream with them. And I'd like to do an online auction. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get to or not, but I'm going to keep working with it and see if I can figure something out. But anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. But I spaced it until right at the end of the video, and then I remembered. So anyway, so I'll have to edit this in. So anyway, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next video.